Hello YouTubers. I thought I'd create a video on the Libby application. So the Libby application is an app that you use with your library card. And so instead of having to go to the library to check out books, you can actually use the Libby app to connect to your local library. And in my case, it's the Houston area media library. And you can check out ebooks or audiobooks from within the application. So in my sample here, I've searched on Stephen King, and I'm kind of scrolling to show you all the various books that are available. Some of them say place a hold, others say borrow. If it says borrow, obviously it's available for checkout. If you need to put a hold, you can actually place up to, I want to say, 6 books on hold. And when it becomes available, you'll be notified and you can check it out at that time through Libby. You can see some say read sample. Those are books to check out. And then there's the option, I'm trying to see if I can see one here as I'm scrolling. I think it's like to listen. As you can see in this example in the top left, it says also available as an audiobook. So you've got both options there. You can read a sample or listen to a sample before you check it out. Right now I'm showing you how I'm borrowing it, borrowing a book. And in this example, it's showing the book being opened within the Libby app, and you're able to, read the book from within the app. So it's, kind of showing you here what that looks like. You do also have the option to read books from Kindle, and eventually within this video it'll show you how to do that. I do kind of fumble a little bit through that example whenever it does pop up. It looks like I had to pick Kindle as my default option and then close down Libby and then reopen it, and then it worked, but you'll see that in a minute. So again, here I am, I'm checking out one of the Stephen King books, Wizard and Glass, as a book, not an audiobook. I just clicked on the audiobook just to kind of show you what that looks like. You can play a sample. It wasn't available, so I did place a hold for this one, so that when it became available, I could listen to it. And as far as I know, the only way you can listen to audiobooks is through the Libby app itself, and I haven't had any issues with that. Right now I'm showing how to return a book. So I just clicked on the little icon next to manage loans and said return early. These are my holds. So I have 3 holds that I'm waiting on. One has an unknown wait, so I've decided I'm just going to get rid of that. So I canceled the hold. So that is now outside of my hold list. So I've got 2. It tells you how long you're waiting, 8 weeks, 4 weeks. For books you check out, it tells you when it's due. It's due in 14 days. If somebody's waiting on it, as you could see, it would tell you. So I actually returned it since this is just a sample. I'm not actually going to read that book. And this is when I start trying to figure out where within the app you pick that you'd rather read the book through Kindle versus Libby. Now, I don't go through the entire example when it comes to Kindle because apparently the book that I was checking out to read in Kindle required me to put in my Amazon password because it was actually going to check it out of the Amazon library. All right, so that's also one of the options that's going on in here is, any free books and in Amazon do show up, or I shouldn't say any of them, but some subset of them are showing up in my library with the Houston Media Library, and I'm able to check them out as long as I have my Amazon account, which of course or at least for me, I have one. So here I am trying to figure out here it's just showing you what the options are when you do read a book through Libby. All right, so you can change the style if you want it dark or light or somewhere in the middle. You can search for things, you can bookmark things. And then there's the option under actions to read with Kindle. So I clicked on Kindle, said done, anything that was Kindle compatible. it will open with Kindle, otherwise it will open with Libby. And this is where I started fumbling, trying to show that it could actually be opened in Kindle, and I was having a problem showing that. And so that's why I was like, well, I probably need to shut it down and reopen. So eventually I do that in just a minute. Let's see. So here I am, I'm trying again, and it's opening up in Libby, so that wasn't right. So now I think is when I shut it down, and you'll see my my iPad screen for a minute. Yep. Yeah. Well, and I check in Kindle, and no, it's not there, right? It's got other things that I've downloaded, but I was just checking to see maybe it was popping up, but it wasn't. So yeah, this is me fumbling through it. Eventually I'm going to close it. I'm going to realize I have to close it to get it to work. And close what? Close the Libby app. So still not doing what I wanted it to do. And there we go. So I closed it. Now I'm reopening it now. And then I borrow an app, click on it, and there it says read with Kindle, right? So then I select read with Kindle, and then that's when my Amazon account pops up. So obviously I'm not going to log into it because everyone will see my password at this point, so I don't do it. But all you have to do is put in your password, hit done, and then you're able to check out the book from the Amazon library. And I think that concludes my tutorial. I know I kind of fumbled through the Kindle portion. If you have any questions, just put them down in the comments. And thanks for your time. Bye.